Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So that's got things underway. So, Jim, this is a relatively unfamiliar formation, but who are the key players within it?
Yeah, I'd say the advanced midfielders, Peter. They're going to have to do all the jobs of, say, a number 8 and a number 10, and an auxiliary striker, if you like. They have to do a lot of the pressing, carrying the ball forward, as well as making sure that the lone man up front doesn't get isolated. Effectively, they're the space invaders in the team.
And we have our very first corner. Liverpool can try it again now. Corner number 2 then. Can he finish? What a wonderful goal!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
Piercing, and with pinpoint accuracy, he forces it through.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here, because he didn't have the greatest view of that, but you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he had that sharpness of mind and clinical edge.
So, a breakthrough already. Koeman gets over and intercepts. Pirlo. Rivaldo. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Stood up well to him there. Looking for options for movement. Van Dijk. Pressing high and with purpose. Yaya Toure. And it's Xavi. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Azar. Tries to pass it through. He's shifting through the gears here. Bale! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Ibrahimovic.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Rivaldo, looking to be a menace in the final third. Messi.
Liverpool really are one of these sides that pride themselves on their ability to maintain possession.
Yeah, and some would say that means they play the game the right way.
Yeah, but of course, it's decisive passes that's going to matter in the longer term. There's no good in holding on to the ball just for the sake of it.
And it's Rivaldo. Rivaldo will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. A mixture of good defending and indecisive passing. No progress. Maldini. Rivaldo. A quick look, thought about cutting inside. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Platini plays a sharp little ball here. He's Ibrahimovic! And he keeps on giving it a go.
I suppose he's the type, Peter, where you gauge how well he's playing by the number of shots he gets away.
It's Ibrahimovic! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Pirlo. Neymar is someone who's always looking to catch the eye with his trickery. Pirlo. Toure, who does have an assist to his name. And it's Cruyff. And it's Xavi. And this is Cruyff. And the shot's on here. Tries a shot! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Xavi clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Liverpool have their third corner. Pirlo plays it short. That is lovely. And now a sudden chance to counter. Thuram. That's a good foray he's making. Well, that pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way.
OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Hazard knocks it into space, and this is Ibrahimovic in with the challenge. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Yaya Toure. Van Dijk. Neymar, and it's Pirlo. Oh, he's found support out wide. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. It's a pretty loose pass. Thinks about the shot. This looks promising. Cross needs to be good.
That's good defensive concentration.
That's it, 45 minutes up. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. North Macedonia finding themselves behind by just one goal at the break.
It's been a pretty tepid display. They'll want to use this break wisely to regroup and come out with some fresh initiatives. This is all still very salvageable, maybe even winnable.
So that's how it stands at halfway. We'll be back with the second half very soon.
Substitutions taking place.
So we're off again.
North Macedonia can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Some front-footed pressing going on here. And he's lost his man here. And he shoots! And that's a tiny finish. 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
And his manager couldn't look...
He's in one-on-one. Pele. Pirlo. Pele. Good running, strong and purposeful. Nice-looking ball. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Koeman. Pirlo. And that is a little undercooked. And that was asking for too much. And that's it. My thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening.
We are glad to inform you that today's match day programs are available from stands located by the gates. I'm sure they will make fine souvenirs.
Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now.
Against Milan.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So things are underway. Well, for me, Jim, this one was always going to be about just one man. Always has been, always will be.
Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Yeah, a guy seemingly unbound by normal human limits.
Nothing is impossible, or perhaps it should be impossible as nothing.
Precisely. So to all that are with us, welcome to Zlatan. Pirlo. Oh, this is a very good run. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Ferdinand kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Rummenigge.
Niceties are not part of this approach. This is actually quite aggressive.
And he is dashing away. And the shot! There it is!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
And that really is so him. Shoots! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Pirlo, the regular corner taker.
Yeah, it may not seem important, but it is. I think the first corner can always set the tone.
Towering header!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Messi, Cruyff, and it's Messi. Messi! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Messi clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
It's their second corner of the game. Cruyff! And it's been hooked away. Some good work on the right flank here. Oh, that's nice. Good ball, good take. North Macedonia already with the upper hand and looking to turn it into something close to dominance. He's through here. Now this could be a chance. Kaká was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Nesta has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted. North Macedonia leading here thanks to that early goal. 1-0 the score. Now he's off and running.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Picks up. Great chance! And no mistake. 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
North Macedonia are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
Great ball, shot, surely! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
Oh, it's very good running that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
Corner number 3 coming up. And the goalkeeper's got a good palm to that. Milan have the chance to go the other way. Ferdinand spots it and intercepts. Stood up well to him there. Messi. Nicely weighted ball. Oh, what's he giving here? He's given a penalty. So a big chance now from 12 yards. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card. So seemingly that was deemed a denial of a clear goal-scoring opportunity.
Well, he had a decision.
And that's it. So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening.
Hello everybody, and a quick announcement now. We would like to ask you all to kindly stay seated during the match. Thank you for your cooperation.
So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. A fabulous show of vivid colour and vocal cords. The new look Camp Nou at its best. And that gets things running. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
This guy, Declan Rice, is a player I really rate. With him, you get exactly what it says on the box. A workhorse defensive midfielder who likes to stay in the deeper part of midfield, knowing his primary job is to make sure he shuts down any build-up play in that area.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning heavily on him. Ibrahimovic is herring after that one. And the pass is intercepted. Looking for the run. Oh, that's well spotted. Platini. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Looking for options for movement. Chiellini. Now Platini. This is a promising build-up. He's a sharp little ball here. He's got away, and a shot! Marvellous goal!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate. On heels rather than toes.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Barcelona finding themselves unexpectedly behind.
Eto'o clearly held on to it far too long there. Did he do enough to find someone? He looked as if he had his mind set on trying to do everything his way.
Distributed tidily. Plays the return pass. And here's Eto'o. Shot could... There's the shot! It's a goal! And once more we are all square. You score, we score.
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
What about the pass, Peter? It was played so...
And Messi! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Barcelona with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. And now a sudden chance to counter. Ibrahimovic. That has been cut short. Ibrahimovic is sporting a guilty look after that.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Messi going face-to-face with his great rival. Played out towards the right wing. Guardiola. Just about midway through the first half, and it has been an engaging watch. Ferdinand cuts it out. Keeper's got good distance on that. Nicely weighted ball. Oh, nicely intercepted. Pedri. Now it's Hullet. And he plays one through. He has found the way through. Real chance! Goal! Barcelona! And the comeback is complete. And that really is so impressive.
Oh, that's wonderful to see. The run was explosive.
Great chance! Bernardo Silva. That's a good foray he's making. Now, can they get him away? Hakimi has it out wide and in space. Shot a goal! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
It's their second corner of the game. And the shot! North Macedonia are looking to go forward now. And he is dashing away. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. And this is Ibrahimovic. He might be in here. And he shoots! It's in! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye.
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
The lightness of step, the sharpness of shapes to shoot! And the keeper couldn't hold it. And no mistake. They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, Peter, I know from experience there are players who always seem to know where the ball's going to end up. This isn't about luck at all, despite what people say. Just keep an eye on his movement.
And now he has two. North Macedonia leading now.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Ibrahimovic takes a shot! And that's a good finish. Irrepressible, imperious, that's what makes him what he is. Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
Yeah, he gets top marks for that finish. I honestly thought his odds...
So, a temporary halt to the action.
Well, it's hard to say whether a two-goal advantage under these circumstances is decisive or not, but so far, I haven't really seen enough to indicate that the opposition can come out in the second half and improve to that degree.
North Macedonia, at times brilliant, at times frustrating. 2 up in this roller coaster of a game.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal 7, el dorsal 22.
We're on the move again.
Serán sustituidos por el dorsal 2.
He steps in, and that's the end of that.
Totti.
And it's Rice. Rice really struggling to influence the game.
He needs a minder, and one of his teammates should be picking up on that, and quickly.
That has not gone well. And here's Hullet. Platini did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Hullet. Oh, well measured. Eto'o. So no flag here. And the finish! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Corner number 3 coming up. Steaming on goalwards. And now they can spring out of defence. And he's managed to get free. Oh, can he finish? And he's quick to get rid. Totti. And he cuts out the supply. Oh, easy pickings there. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Thuram, and that's gone loose. Rice. Carvajal, just like so many of his contemporaries, is proving very good at driving forward. That's a sharp pass. And that could set him on his way. And this is chance! And the ball's come loose here. Played with speed from back to front. Bullet. Totti. Now, what about a counter-attack? I have to say, that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. It's a pretty loose pass. Makaleli. And it's Ibrahimovic. Pele can so cleverly bypass the press. So changes of foot here, and from both sides. Picked out brilliantly. Deco! North Macedonia perhaps contemplating their next change here. And here's Ibrahimovic. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Carvajal. Maradona. Is there? It's Maradona! And it's in! Back within one! They have them in their sights again! That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
And a really good game is threatening to break out here.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter, and the crowd are reacting to that now.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
And here's Neymar. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it. Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
And he has shown him a yellow card. And this is Ibrahimovic. Oh, goes for a shot! And that's in! 2 up now, and they are cruising. Well, it would have been harder to miss.
Well, so often it comes down to that quality on the final pass, and we've got it here, Peter. The defence might want to have a good look at themselves as to how they let it happen.
Se va a realizar un cambio de jugadores.
North Macedonia have turned to their bench, and we're going to have a substitution. North Macedonia go up by 2 and are looking good.
Yeah, I can't think of a better time, Peter, to get that 2-goal cushion. That, for me, should be decisive.
Passing is crisp and sharp. Driving through. Chance for a shot! And it's there! And with that, it is pretty much a done deal. And that is fabulous. A true beauty of a goal.
And you can see he meant every bit of that, Peter. He had his head up as he went to hit it. He knew his landscape.
Can he finish? Barcelona get their fourth corner. Nicely aimed pass. North Macedonia have the chance to go the other way. And it's made its way to him. Decent chance!
A moment to try and place the cherry on the cake.
Kobel breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. Neymar. Good running, strong and purposeful. That is good alertness, and that's really well manoeuvred. So that's it, it is all over. North Macedonia have won it by sheer force of character. As winning teams do, they managed to find that little extra when they needed it. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
North Macedonia definitely impressing me here, especially the way that attack clicked. Whether it was link-up play, running in behind, this has just been a great day at the office.
For his wisdom, and to wish you all a very good evening. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. Well, we're on the way. Marquinhos looks to the other side.
Well spotted.
Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Platini. And here's Ibrahimovic. And here's Hullet. Oh, that's nice. Pirlo. He's in a good position here. Can he finish? And it's a goal!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
Whoever is in his path, he will always find a way.
Ibrahimovic demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
Madrid finding themselves unexpectedly behind.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Hullet powering forward here. Chouameni. Now it's Ibrahimovic. And he stands tall, impenetrable. And it's Hullet. Asensio. Well, that's beautifully weighted. And this is Batistuta. Really didn't have enough to concern the defence. Well, that has not gone well. Oh, he's goal side. Oh, he's on his own. He's having a shot. Oh, wonderful effort, all by himself.
He's the one player you want on the ball running at defences, and that's precisely why.
Great challenge, timed to perfection. It's not an especially good pass, that. Madrid are a team that's fond of the low block. They sure defend in numbers.
Yeah, the whole point being to go back to front as quickly as possible, Peter. Of course, once the ball has been won.
Yeah, ball's over the top, long diagonals, that's the plan. Now it's Totti. Now it's Rashford. And he is Rashford! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Rashford clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
And now they can spring out of defence. And he's heaved it away. It's a good spell of possession, this. Messi, a player who needs no introduction. And this is Hullet, and he's managed to get free. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time.
I'm not sure the shot was ever on there, really. There were just too many bodies in the way, Peter.
Plays a sharp little ball here. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Now it's Batistuta, and it's been played through. Great chance! And that's a tidy finish. They have come roaring back.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
Well, I think he was saying to his teammates, how dare you doubt me?
So they have it all to do again.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
That has ended up in no man's land. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Now that looks a decent ball. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Tries a shot!
Oh, once he made the save, it didn't take the keeper long to start barking at his defence.
It's a pretty loose pass. Chouameni, and claimed it back swiftly. He's being urged to shoot, takes a shot! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Thuram. This is a promising build-up. It's Ibrahimovic! Oh, it's hit the post! Pinged towards the front line. Batistuta is herring after that one. And it's Michel Platini. Now it's Batistuta. And he's picked it up out wide. He has found the way through. Pirlo. And that brings the first half to a close. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. So, Jim, neither side getting it all their own way so far?
Well, I think we got a good indication of what both sides want to do, Peter. I suspect both will continue with their respective approaches, give or take the odd fine-tuning.
Well, they've gone toe-to-toe for those 45 minutes, and at half-time the score is 1-1.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El dorsal 4, Totti. El dorsal
And so we're off again.
El dorsal 2.
North Macedonia have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. OK, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
He won't be happy with that one. Platini. Goulet is the team's great visionary. And the pass is intercepted. Looking for options for movement. McAllister. Asensio. And it's Chouameni. And it's Rashford. Juve. North Macedonia can breathe again, just.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
Brilliantly cut out.
This is the time you need that pace.
Juve. No, not quite on the same wavelength. Short changes him with that pass. Knocks it into space. He's got away. Fermin! Now, who's going to be first to this? Denied by an instinctive save.
Fermin actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest. It might not be such a bad idea playing this short and into feet.
Absolutely, they're certainly not as big as those trying to stop them. Asensio! Nearly, but not quite.
That is a really good chance missed, Peter. Certainly the way he's been playing.
And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Oh, he's burst through! Shoots! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Oh, he's been caught napping! Well, some are shouting for a corner, but the referee says goal kick. Fermin. Asensio receives it in a good position here. He's shifting through the gears here. Asensio proves just a little bit too strong. Platini. And it's Makalele. Rashford is, of course, well known for his dancing feet. Pirlo. Platini could move up a gear here. And this is Messi, and he's got the beating of his man. Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. And he's going to have his name taken.
Well, you either commit a foul and take one for the team, or just stand by and concede a potential goal. It's not a great choice.
Pirlo! Oh, he's pulled off a fine save.
Well, I thought his starting position was good, and that helped the keeper to judge the flight of the ball and deal with it well.
Looking for the run. No, that's been intercepted. And this is Ibrahimovic. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El dorsal
Well, the two
21.
coaches are signalling
dorsal
changes here, both at the same
Serán
time.
sustituidos por el dorsal 5.
North Macedonia
El dorsal
perhaps
7.
contemplating their next change here. Spread out to the left. Nicely weighted ball. Danny Olmo. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Linton. And it's Lopez. Now this could be a chance. Oh, a gilt-edged chance! That's brave goalkeeping, really decisive.
Well, his positioning was just spot on and he made the goal look an awful lot smaller. Madrid clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
It's out for a goal kick. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. McAllister gets it away. Oh, they could break here. Well timed, excellent interception. And now the breakaway. A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be won.
5 minutes left on the clock. Now it's Ibrahimovic, and he plays one through. Now can he find a finish?
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Now it's Bale. Bale ploughing through the middle. Oh, he's got a crucial block in there. Vermin with his sights permanently trained on that bottom corner. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Well read, nice interception. And that is that. Well, nothing to separate the sides in the end, not for the want of desire, drive or determination. No complaints. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Yeah, this looked the most likely outcome, but we've had a good variety in this game, despite it being anticlimactic.
Alongside me, and as the fans make their way home, so must we. Good evening to you.